So tomorrow's the first day of school, and we have no copies made. Do I know what I'm doing? Yes. Have I planned it already? Yes. Have I made the copies? No. So that's why we're here. So let's go make some copies. Y'all, I forgot I had this microphone. This microphone has been in my son's diaper bag since the beginning of June because I took this camera with us on our trip earlier this summer, and I was cleaning out his diaper bag and I saw it and I'm like, oh wait, so we're going to use it today. I don't know how much battery life it has. It might die in the middle of us recording and we might go back to like poor sound quality. I don't know. We're going to see, but I have a microphone now. I've already pulled out some stuff last week that I knew that I wanted to do on the first day of school. There's still some things that I need to send to the printer to print, but yeah, I know that I want to do a goal setting activity. So we're going to be doing this little backpack and I'll talk more about that later. And we're going to do this all about me brochure tomorrow. I have some other things that I've done in the past that I probably won't be doing this year. I have this little journal entry that I want to make at some point this next week, and I have this little map of our classroom that I want students to do so they can know where the supplies is in our classroom. And then I've already made copies of the coloring sheet that I'm going to have them do when they get in the morning and the crossword on the back. And then I made the copies of the brochure. I just have to fold them. So I'll do that today too. So now I know what I need to do. So copies are made for this. Copies are made for this. So I have the hard copy for the goal setting craft, and then I have our Astro Brights paper, and we can head to the copier. We're the only ones here. So we've made our copies. Now it's just time to organize them. But I think I want to turn on my screen and put on like a cozy, like raining video or something, and maybe turn off the lights and turn on my lamps. I am a teacher that does not like the overhead lights on, but we are required to teach with them on. This is the first school where I've been required to keep my overhead lights on all day. But I think I'm going to turn them off and just vibe out. As we're organizing, I just want it to be chill, relaxing. I'm here on a Sunday. I want to enjoy myself, okay? So I need to log in, but I was going to do like a classroom tour video today too, but I just don't have time for that. But while we're here, we're going to make it vibey, okay? I've been playing this video since open house. It's just a little coffee shop, rainy vibes, and now we're going to turn off the lights and turn on the lamps. Okay, so it's a little darker now, but this just does something to my brain when the lights are low and the lamps are on. So we're going to sit here and just organize through all of our copies, separate them, cut what we need to cut, and then we'll organize them in the drawers for tomorrow. And then I'll walk you through what we're doing on the first day, and maybe it'll help you when you get to the first day of school. Oh, these are the hard copies. So we'll place it over there. Scissors, paper clips. The pockets are done. The book bags don't need to be cut out. I'm gonna have the students do that themselves. This is the part where they're actually gonna be writing their goals on. So I'm gonna separate them, and then they'll actually cut them out themselves. Now we have to cut out these little book bag charms that they can add to their book bags. I'm cutting out these squares. They're gonna have to cut out the individual charm the best they can, and that's intricate, but I think it's important that they do that. I want to start doing like plan with me videos on YouTube where I bring you guys along while I plan for like the following week. But I really just have to figure out what my schedule is gonna look like, because last year I was all over the place, being out on maternity leave twice. Long story, but being out on maternity leave, being in a new grade level, a new school district, it was just a lot. I was just surviving last year and teaching and surviving. I wasn't doing anything extra. But this year I kind of want to have more of a schedule, especially so I can be home with my little one and my husband. So once I figure out what that looks like this year and stick to it, I want to bring you guys along and do like planning videos, because I find looking at other people's plans, teachers on my team, people on TikTok, like I just love learning from other teachers. So maybe I can help one or two teachers out there by posting planning videos. All right, I'm about to turn you guys off and just keep cutting. Okay, so I finished prepping our goal setting backpack craft. Now I'm going to separate these journal prompts. I don't even know if I'm going to do this the first day. This might be a day 2 activity. We'll see. So I'm going to separate those, separate this activity, and then we can start adding stuff to the drawers for tomorrow. All About Me brochure, they're going to draw a picture of themselves, put their names. This talks about their favorite things: color, animal, book, food, subject, handy, holiday. They're going to draw a picture of their favorite thing to do outside of school and write about it briefly. This other one says, I am amazing, and they're going to write 3 adjectives to describe themselves, talk about something they're good at. And this school year I want to kind of similar to a goal, what do they want to work on. The middle part is this summer and they're just going to draw a picture of something they did this summer and then briefly write about it. And more to know has their birthday, their age, how many brothers, sisters, if they have any pets. And then on the back it says when I grow up, so they'll just draw a picture of what they want to be or do when they grow up and briefly write about it on the back. And then I'll probably have them share with people at their tables, but I'm going to put these in their data notebooks and they can look back at it at the end of the year. So that's what we're going to work on tomorrow. It's going to take up a good chunk of time, which that's important to me. I need something for every minute of the day. Okay. So I have my drawers divided up by day of the week, and then whatever hard copies I'm using for that day, I slide them in that drawer. So tomorrow's Monday, so we're gonna put these in the drawers for tomorrow. Before we put our activities away in the appropriate drawers, I just wanna share with you what we're doing. So one activity that we're doing tomorrow in the beginning of the day is Butterflies on the First Day. So I'm gonna read this book, Butterflies on the First Day, and students are gonna talk about how they feel in the morning. And they're going to color their butterfly based off of if they have a little bit of butterflies in their stomach or a lot of butterflies in their stomach, and then they're going to explain why. Then at the end of the day, we're going to revisit the same page, and they're going to mark how they feel and color in how many butterflies they have in their stomach, if any left, if they got more, and talk about one thing that helped their butterflies fly away. If you read this story, it's basically about a girl who is so excited for the first day of school, but once she gets to the first day of school, she gets very nervous, and her dad says that she has butterflies in her stomach. And then throughout the day, as she talks to friends and meets her teachers and all these things, like butterflies just gradually fly out of her mouth. I wanted to do an activity with my students to document how they're feeling at the beginning of the day and how they feel at the end. And I think it would be very eye-opening for them too, to realize, wow, like, this morning I felt really nervous, but now I feel excited, or now I feel calm. So I'm excited to do this activity with them tomorrow. So that's one of the first activities that we're doing. We're also going to do this All About Me brochure, which I explained at the table. So we're going to do that. Last year, I still had students asking where certain things were in the classroom. So I found clip art of things that I want them to know where it's located in the classroom, and I'm going to have them draw the layout of our classroom, and then they're going to glue the supplies where they can find it in the room. That way they're being intentional, and hopefully it'll stick in their brains, like, oh, if I need extra glue sticks, I can get them here. If I need paper, I can get it here. If I need to sharpen my pencil, I can get it there. So we're going to do this in the morning too. My camera's about to die. Somebody just walked by the window. I don't know who these people are. Putting this in here. Then we're doing this backpack goal setting sheet, and we're going to read the story, The Magical Yet. And I was very intentional about the lesson that I came up with to go with this book, because I want my students to do a good job of goal setting. I want their goal to make sense. I want it to be measurable. I want them to be thinking about this goal throughout the school year so we can revisit it towards the end. But they're going to be making a backpack, and then when they flip the little pocket flap, it has their goal. And then I prepped these little charms that they can choose to add to their backpack, and I plan on putting this in the hallway when they all finish them. So we'll be doing this tomorrow too, and I know that this is going to take up a big chunk of our time. This book is such a good book. I want to come up with like an illustration that looks like The Magical Yet, and like stick it on their desk or something, so that they can have a constant reminder throughout the school year that even though you can't do it now, doesn't mean that you won't be able to do it ever. And I just want them to come back and reference this throughout the school year. So I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do so that they can remember that just because you can't do it now, or just because it's hard now, doesn't mean that you won't be able to do it later, or that it won't become easier. So still thinking that through. Then this is something that a coworker gave me. It's basically a Math About Me banner, and they're going to put their name in this first square, but all of these squares have prompts that I'm going to project on our screen, where it asks students, like, I feel like I explained this earlier, but I'm just going to explain it again. Like number 2 might say, how many siblings do you have? If the answer is 3, it says draw that many stripes. So in number 2, I'm going to draw in a decorative way like 3 stripes, and that means that I have 3 siblings. I got this idea from another coworker, and like I said, it comes with matching slides, so we'll be doing this during math time, or our schedule is going to be a little funny the first couple of days. So now that we've placed our copies in the drawers, I'm going to show you a few other things that we're going to be doing the first day of school, and then we're going to go home. Okay. So tomorrow we will be going through our routines and expectations, and that takes up a good amount of our morning. But I also have this game that I like to play with my students too. It's a get to know you game. And I have this inflatable yard dice that I let the students roll, and then whatever they roll, they answer the question of their choice from that column, or they can ask the teacher a question. And that's just something that we do like pretty much every morning. during the first week of school until all the kids have had a chance to roll the dice. So that's something else that I plan to do tomorrow for the first day. So I've shared my slideshow, I've shared the activities that I want to do with my students tomorrow, a game that we're going to play. Now, before I leave, I want to put these coloring sheets on each student's desks. And then one thing that I don't do name tags because they never stay, but I do add each student's name to a desk using a dry erase marker, and I'll take a picture of each table. And then throughout the week, I see if that seat works for them. If it's not working, then I move them or switch them with another student. But I always write their names in dry erase at the beginning because I don't know these students yet. So we'll see how they do with the people that they're next to, and it's easy to make changes. But we're about to pass these out to each desk, and then I think we'll be done. I thought I charged my camera, but it's literally about to die. So we're just gonna clean up this back table, pack up, and then head home. But I hope that you were able to gain something from this video, and maybe you can use some of these ideas in your classroom on the first day of school. If you have any questions or need the links to anything, just let me know and leave a comment down below.